In the span of just 14 days, something happened that has never happened before in the history of computing. The government of the United States reached into the two most powerful artificial intelligence labs on the planet and throttled them both. And it did it so quietly that most of the world is still asleep to it. This is not a story about AI being outlawed. It is stranger and bigger than that. It is the story of the most powerful technology of our lifetime quietly slipping out of the open market and into a back room where a small number of people now decide who is allowed to touch it. Not banned, rationed. It started in the middle of June. The company Anthropic had built two of the most capable models ever made, known as Fable and Mythos. And then, almost overnight, an order came down from the Commerce Department. Switch them off. Not just for Americans, for every single user in every country on Earth. Stop and feel how strange that is. For the first time ever, the United States reached across the entire planet and pulled the plug on an American AI. For the whole world at once. A company's finest creation, the thing it had poured years and billions into, dark, by government directive, in a single day. And the reason given was capability itself. These models had simply become too good at one specific thing, finding the hidden cracks and flaws buried inside other software. A skill that, in the right hands, patches the holes in our defenses, and in the wrong hands, pries them open. So the government decided on no hands at all. Off. That alone would be a landmark. But then, less than 2 weeks later, it happened again. To the other giant. OpenAI was finishing its newest flagship, the most powerful model it had ever built. And just before launch, the White House stepped in, with a request the industry had never heard before. Do not release it to the public yet. Instead, the plan became this. Hand the model first to a short hand-picked list of approved customers, and those customers would be signed off, one at a time, by government officials, during a private preview, before the rest of us would be allowed anywhere near it. Access to the frontier. Granted name by name. Reporters who cover this for a living called it exactly what it was. The first time in history that the United States government had stepped in, before the fact, and asked an American AI company to hold back the launch of a model. A line that had never once been crossed twice inside a single fortnight. And none of this came out of nowhere. Just weeks earlier, a new executive order had quietly built the door that all of this walks through. It invited AI companies to hand the government a look at their most powerful models before release, for a national security review. They called it voluntary. But when the most powerful office on Earth asks you to wait, the word voluntary begins to lose its meaning. And here is the part that should genuinely surprise you. This is not some technophobic administration that hates Silicon Valley. It is the opposite. This is, by a wide margin, the most pro-AI government in modern history. It tore up the previous safety rules. It is clearing the way for vast data centers. It has staked the entire national future on winning the AI race, which means the brake is being pulled by the very same people pressing hardest on the accelerator. When even the believers, the builders, the ones who desperately want to win, decide the frontier is too powerful to simply hand to the public. You are watching something deeper than politics. You are watching the instinct to control the technology overtake the instinct to share it. Now, the justification is national security, and that deserves a fair hearing. These tools really can find weapons-grade flaws in critical systems, but look closely at the logic. The power being locked away is the power to find and fix vulnerabilities. Ration that to an approved few, and the engineers defending our hospitals, our power grids, our banks, are forced to wait at the back of the line. While the attackers, the ones who never fill out a government form, were never slowed down for a moment. So the real question stops being whether the technology is safe, and becomes something much older and much more human. Who is on the list? Who decides who is on the list? And what, exactly, do you have to be, or believe, or promise, to earn your place on it? Because the moment access becomes a privilege granted, somebody, somewhere, is holding the pen. This is what the quiet nationalization of a technology actually looks like. It does not arrive with tanks, or bans, or dramatic headlines. It arrives as a delay, a preview, an approved partner list, a safety review, each step reasonable on its own. And at the end of them, a frontier that used to belong to anyone with the curiosity to use it, now belongs to whoever controls the gate. And to be fair, this is not a cartoon, and the people raising the alarm are not all villains. A model that can break into critical systems on its own is a genuinely serious thing. The hard truth is that there may be capabilities that should not be handed to all 8 billion of us on day one. The danger is not the caution, the danger is the precedent. Because a gate, once built, rarely comes back down, and the definition of too dangerous has a way of quietly expanding. So watch this one closely. Not because the sky is falling, but because a door is being built, right now, in real time, around the most important technology human beings have ever made. 14 days, 2 labs, 1 new rule. The frontier is no longer a place you can simply walk into. It is becoming a place you are admitted to. The only thing left to decide is who holds the key, and whether the rest of us are ever handed one. Welcome, once again, to AI for Laymen.